Hello, everyone. This is Shirihan Morsi, and I'm very delighted to be with all of you today. I'm also very proud and honored to be joining the Edu-Next-AI program. Inshallah, today we are going to talk about a very important tool, which is called Notebook LM, and it is a Chrome extension. Okay, let me walk you through um, how we are going to log in and how we can use this lovely tool and how it is very useful for us as educators and teachers and instructional designers. It is very useful and it is mainly using AI. Okay, the very first step, as I'm going to walk you through, is that we are going to open any Google Chrome page, and then you will log in at Chrome Web. Okay, this is the very first step. We are going to click on Chrome Web. Chrome Web Store is a very useful tool and it adds many different extensions where we can use them using the Google research. Okay, right. We are going to write here notebook. And as you will see here, we will find Notebook LM Toolkit. I will click on it. And this is the very first one. And be sure that the logo is this one. This is the logo that we are going to look for. Then I will click on Add, okay? And then you will find that it will be added to Chrome. Here I will click to Add to Chrome. Add extension. There it goes. You will find that it appeared here on the Google Chrome. Can you see it here on the part of the extension? You will find that Notebook LM appeared. Okay, I will click on the puzzle here. I will click on the puzzle icon, and you will find that it appears for you. All you have to do is pull on the pin to make it pinned and to make it appear for you on the Google toolbar. Okay, this is the first step. What is meant by Notebook LM? Notebook LM is a very nice tool where you can have many different resources and you can have different features created on it. This is the whole feature. This is featured notebooks, yani notebooks done by other people. It is a new add-on. And this is the notebooks that already I have created before for myself. I will click on Create New. And as you will find, as I will click on Create New, you will find that the whole screen is divided into three parts. This one, which is called Sources, this one, which is called Chat, and that one, which is called Studio. And let me walk you through every one of these parts. The very first one is the sources. And in the sources, you can add sources, anything you want to look for or anything you want to work on, either a PDF or a document from Google Drive, a PowerPoint from Google Slides, a link from a website, a link from YouTube, a text that you already have. You can add any resource that you want, or you can add a file, choose a file from your own computer. And this file, it can be a PDF, it can be a text, it can be an audio, it can be a video, anything you can add. Or if you don't have many resources, you can click on Discover Sources. If you click on Discover Sources, you can write what you are interested in or what is the topic that you are looking for, and he submits, and he is going to provide you with the resources. For example, I'm looking for famous queens in wait a second, there you go, in Egyptian history. Okay, and I will submit. He is now surfing the whole websites, the different searches, the different engines, giving me around 10 resources about the ancient Egypt queens and how they were very successful and how they ruled Egypt. Okay, so you can have a kind of, here it is a website, here it is a YouTube video, here it is a PDF, here we have different forms. So let me, I will not import all of them. I will only choose certain. I will only choose the part of the video, for example. Okay, and I will click on import. As you can see here, I already have in the sources, it appeared. And if we move on to the chat, you will find a kind of a summary for this video. So he already created a summary for you. And he already created a name for the notebook for you. Okay? So after that, you will find that after in the chat part or in this part, it is like exactly a ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot. Whatever chatbot that you are using here, you will have it in the form of a very customized chatbot for this topic that you are looking for. And also you can find that you can have different things added to this video. I can, if I'm working with my students, I can create a kind of a mind map for this video. So anything I am doing on, or I'm asking the AI to do for this video, you will find the result appear in the studio. So if I am generating, if I'm asking AI to create a mind map for this video, for example, I want to have a warm up for my students. I'm going to have a listening session, for example, and I want to use a mind map with my students, then I can create this mind map. There it goes. As you can see here, it summarized the video into a mind map. The greatest queens of Egypt. Who are they? This is the first one. This is Hatshepsut, and this is Nefertiti. If I click here, I will find that he divided what are the different topics that in the video he covered. He covered the historical content, the breaking tradition, the family and succession, the evidence of rule, regional name, royal territory and portrayal, opposition and challenges, accomplishments, and the end of the region. So already he is going to divide what is meant by, as you can see here, what are the different points in the video. And at the same time, he provided you with the details of this mind map. So here is the very first thing in the mind map: the family background, the legitimatizing of her rule and her royal identity. He provided you with a kind of a mind map, and at the same time, he gave you in details this mind map. So I can either download this mind map, it is downloadable. If I click on here again, you will find it downloadable here. You can download it and you can provide it as a kind of an infographic to your students and you can work on with it. Or you can copy paste these points and you can make a kind of different kind of activities, like for example warm-up activities, or you can discuss with your students what are the different types of, what are the different points that we can cover with this queen. Okay, so this is the very first thing that we can have, or the very first tool where we can have in for this video or for any resource, which is the mind map. Also, you can add a kind of audio. You can change this video into a kind of a podcast. If you are working with your students and you want to practice the listening activity, you can click on audio overview, where this whole video is going to be transformed into a podcast between two persons, and these two persons are talking together and they are kind of giving you the information in an interactive way. Until the audio is prepared, because it takes a little bit of time, let's see what else we can have for this source. We can have a study guide for this source. If I click on study guide, you will see that already it is appearing here in the studio. As we said, anything using interactive AI, any tool you want to use using AI, any addition you want to add to the source, the main source that you are working on, is going to be added in the studio. So here I clicked on study guide and he created for me, let's see, he created for me a kind of a note. He summarized the video into different topics or into different paragraphs. The very first one is the overview of female pharaohs, the key figures and the rhymes. Okay, and he gave you what are the different for everyone, for the first queen, for the second queen, for the third queen. Okay, and what are the common themes and comparisons? And what is a quiz? He gave you by the end a little quiz and the quiz key answers. Okay, and he gave you essay questions, glossary of key terms. Okay, so all of these things are in when you click on the study guide. So he gave you a whole study guide for this video, where also you will be provided with a quiz, and you can also be provided with a summary and model answer for the quizzes and the different vocabulary. And of course, as you can see, all of these are editable and you can copy it and paste it. Okay, so this is the part of a study guide. But what about the briefing doc? Briefing doc here, it is going to give you a very short, brief document. Oh, it will transform the video into a short comprehension text. As you can see here, a short comprehension text is provided without any activity, without any quizzes, without anything. It's a kind of a briefing of the document. Is going to summarize the video for you in a brief way. Also, if you want to have a kind of a timeline where you can divide the students can watch the video, and then you can provide them with different activities about the timeline. Okay, and you can divide them into groups and they can work together in groups to search for what is the requirement of this timeline, who started first and who ended, and how the very first beginning of her era and what happened and the struggles and the fights and the wars in her era and so on. Okay, so if you click here on timeline, you will find that already it divided it into the amazing dates that you can create with your students, the different activity about a timeline. Okay, so this is the another part of it. And here, there we go. We already have the podcast ready. As you can see here, it is 20 minutes podcast and it is in English. Okay, let me click for you to hear it.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're setting our compass for ancient Egypt, a land of, well, immense power, strict tradition, but also a place where that tradition sometimes got dramatically broken.
That's exactly right. I mean, imagine a tradition so core to their beliefs. The pharaoh had to be male, the embodiment of Horus.
Right.
And then suddenly that changes. A few really extraordinary women managed to step into that role.
As you hear, two people talking about in a very interactive way about the video that you already created. So you can transform this video into a podcast. You can transform this video into a podcast where your students can practice the listening skill. And of course, this is downloadable. You can share the audio. Okay, you can download it. You can change the playback speed. If you have some students who are having problem with the hearing, if they are hearing impaired, for example, if they have problem with the fluency, you can check the playback speed for them and change it according to their level. Of course, you can download and you can delete. Another thing here is something it was added from about 3 weeks ago, which is called the interactive mode. The interactive mode here, while you are listening to the podcast, you can join these two people together and add your add-ons with your own voice. Let's try it together here. I will click on audio.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're setting our compass for ancient Egypt, a land of, well, immense power, strict tradition, but also a place where that tradition sometimes got dramatically broken.
That's exactly right. I mean, imagine a tradition so core to their beliefs. The pharaoh had to be male, the embodiment of Horus.
Right.
And then suddenly that changed.
Oh, hey, welcome. What's up?
Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Can you please provide us with more information about ancient Egypt, please?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for asking. We're thrilled to have you with us.
Absolutely. We are doing wonderful and so excited to hear.
And yes, we'd absolutely love to provide you with more information about ancient Egypt. That's exactly what we'll...
See, I already interfered in the podcast and I already spoke with two AI people I don't know anything about, but I can create for my students a new version from the podcast that's already there. And of course, it is downloadable and you can have it for your students downloaded and shared with them. Okay. The last thing is that you can here in the part of the chat, you can add anything, you can chat and ask anything you want to ask for you can ask the AI anything or any question related to the video. For example, he is giving you examples. How did these female pharaohs challenge and adapt to pharaohs? He's giving you different types of activities or different types of questions you can ask here. As you can see, here I can ask him to, for example, generate an assignment for or differentiated assignment. Differentiated quiz. Okay. differentiated quiz for your students. And let's see what will be the results. There it goes. Here is the quiz, the basic, true or false, fill in the blank. Level 2, okay, which he divided it according to Bloom's taxonomy. Level 1, the basic and the recall, which is the understanding. And then level 2, which is the remembering first, okay. And then level 2, the understanding and application. And level 3, the analysis and elaboration. And he provided us with the answer key. Okay. So this is, of course, it was added new to share your notebook. You can share your notebook with other people if you click like this, and you can share it with different people. It was not available before, but it was added newly. Okay. And also something new added, it was recently added from around 5 days ago, which is the featured notebooks. The featured notebooks is notebooks made and created by other people. And you can, if you click here, you will find a huge number of notebooks that was available and about different topics. If, for example, if I click on William Shakespeare, you will find all the resources here. By the way, we can add to 50 resources. You can add to 50 sources. If you already have a topic, you can gather 50 sources for this topic, add them here, and it is going to be providing you all the things that you already, we were already talking about. Here, he give you the chat part, and here he already have a conversation or a podcast. He already created a study guide, how to, the Macbeth, the different, he gave you a study guide for Macbeth, a study guide for Midsummer Night Dream, how Shakespeare world is different from others as a kind of a mind map also. You click here, you will find the different themes and characters of Shakespeare. Hamlet, he gave you a kind of a note about Hamlet. A study guide for Midnight Summer Dream, he gave you a short quiz about it. And the key answer for this short quiz, essay questions, a glossary for the Midnight Summer Dream. You remember how many times and how many days we used to prepare such study guides for our students? It is now there very easy. Okay. So I guess this is that with the notebook LM. I hope it was clear for everyone. I hope it was a kind of helping guide for all of you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your listening. And this video is going to be uploaded on Edu-Next-AI YouTube channel. So thank you so much and see you soon.